How's everybody doing tonight? Well, it's morning for you guys, but geez, what time is it? About 8:30 p.m. here. I am exhausted. I'm in Hiroshima. I have a nice apartment here. I could totally live in this. I could do this for a while. Um, Private bathroom, private shower, washing machine, dryer, combo unit thing, whatever it is. A little kitchenette thing over there. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that's kind of cool. Um, I mean, the cooking surface is a little small. People who have had my cooking know that I like to make big dishes and cook lots of things at the same time. But hey, whatever. Um, the refrigerator is also a little small, but that's because I typically buy in bulk. In America, it's cheaper to buy a lot of something than to buy a little of something. And I just realized that I'm filming this in vertical mode again instead of the correct way. But sorry, guys, it is what it is. There's a lot of beds in here. this is there's the TV. This is definitely meant for people who might be traveling in a group. And for the price point, it's actually really good. So this room was 9,000 yen. If you were traveling in a group, it would be a really great price. It's a little on the expensive side. I could have gotten something cheaper, but I was like, you know what? I want to see what a typical apartment would be like, I guess. I don't know how typical it actually is, but it seems like this entire floor is owned by the same group because every door has a sign that says guest room or guest house on it. So I'm betting it's probably full of people who are here for like a night or a week or something like that. But it's a pretty chill little place. I like it. I could definitely use this. It's smaller than my apartment at home, but I don't really need a whole lot of room. A desk for a computer, a place to make food, although food here is so cheap. Um, I guess I don't fully get it, but food here is a lot cheaper. I went out to eat tonight. It's probably I spent more money tonight going out to dinner than I've spent probably for the last 4 days in a row. But it was good. I had a great time, so that was fun. It's kind of early. I'm exhausted right now, so I'm actually thinking about going to bed. I wanted to go to Miyajima today, but I couldn't make it. I got on the wrong bus, and by the time I got that all sorted out and fixed and heading towards the right direction, I realized that Miyajima was going to be, or the shrine was actually going to be closed before I ever even got there. So I decided not to take the ferry out, or take the train to the ferry, and then worry about getting stuck on Miyajima Island without a ferry to come back with when all of my stuff in my hotel room or my apartment is here. So I was like, I'll go tomorrow. And as exhausted as I am right now, I'm thinking about going to sleep and getting an early start on the day tomorrow. But yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do because I'm tired. I've walked about 30 miles this trip so far, just in this last week. Everything is walking here. I'm walking everywhere, which I really don't mind. If you saw my pictures on Instagram, yesterday I was walking, or I climbed Mount Inari, and I will swear to my dying breath that was a climb, even though It's mostly just walking. There's not really any climbing per se involved. Um, I was dying. I was dying going up that hill. It was definitely pretty bad. But I made it. I went all the way to the top. The photos are on Instagram, and I took a few video clips that when I get back home, I'm gonna try to make a bigger video. Actually, do a script for the video and all of that other stuff. But I had a lot of fun, and I got to see all of the Fushimi Inari Shrine. I climbed the mountain. That was pretty cool. And then this morning I woke up, I got on the Shinkansen and came out to Hiroshima. And here I am. And I am so tired, I don't even want to go do a bar crawl tonight. So I'm probably going to read a book and go to bed. Wake up early and go to Miyajima tomorrow. Before I head back to Tokyo. And then Skytree, and it'll be pretty much time to come home. It's kind of sad that the trip is already over, but I knew it was going to be a short trip. All good things must come to an end. And I knew this trip would come to an end too, but it sucks. It's beautiful out here. I love it. I'm not taking anywhere near enough pictures or videos, but it's hard to really qualify why it's so awesome out here, and what's so amazing about this place. But it just feels right, and that's pretty cool. So one of the I'll bring this up again in the bigger video when I get back home, but one of the things that's really surprising for me is, from what I can see, people might not be going way out of their way to make or to help other people, but in America we have this thing where I've got my own thing, I'm doing my own thing, and I'm on my way to go do my own thing, and I don't care about the people around me. Here it's not like that. People have their own thing to do, they're on their way somewhere, but they're more aware of the people around them, they're more considerate to what's going on around them, and even though they're constantly plagued with tourists, I mean, it's been freaking hot this week, and there have been tourists from all over the place. Even though they're plagued with tourists, they're very polite, they're very kind. The staff at the restaurant that I was at tonight did not speak English at all. The menu was not in English at all, and so it was probably the most difficult time I've had ordering food, but I still made it. Google Translate works, and we got through, except for my rice. I ordered some rice and I didn't get my rice. Kind of sad about that. I like rice. It's a thing for me. Leave me alone. But it is what it is. I had a lot of food. I got to drink a little bit. And yeah, it's just, it's very peaceful here. It's very calm. Some things about Japan are very striking. They're not surprising to me. Most of it is what I expected. There are a few things that caught me off guard. I saw elementary school kids walking around in Shinjuku at 9 p.m. And there was nothing wrong with that. The kids didn't look lost. They weren't worried, nervous. Nobody was shouting, hollering. They were on their way to wherever they were on their way to, and they looked completely at ease. Nobody batted an eyelash that these kids were in a very populated, very busy place in Tokyo. Nobody cared. I have a hard time seeing I have a hard time thinking that it's bad parenting or anything like that. Of course, if you were to find elementary school children in the middle of New York City, at 9 p.m., CPA would be picking them up and going to their parents' house, and that would be the end of those parents having kids. But here, I mean, nobody batted an eyelash at these kids. And I mean, unless those kids wandered down an alley they knew they shouldn't be in, I would have a hard time believing that anything would happen to those kids. Just, I don't see it. I'm sure there's bad people here. I'm sure that somebody would have done something with those kids if the right person was in the right place. But no, I mean, it was just very striking. It's one thing to read about something like that. It's one thing to hear about something like that, but to see it firsthand, it's very surprising. And I was with Wade when it happened, and I looked at him and I said, "Elementary school kids in Shinjuku at 9," and he goes, "Yep, no big deal. Nobody's gonna touch him." And everybody left him alone. I mean, I'm a very security-minded person. I've been on guard this whole trip, not because I really want to, but it's more of one of those things that you just don't shut off. And I've not heard anybody yelling and screaming except for tourists, being obnoxious, of course. I've not heard anybody being rude to anybody. I've not seen anything out of place. It's just been very cool, very calm, very relaxing, and very, very polite here. Like I said, it feels right. I knew humans were capable of acting this way, but living in America, I never saw it. I never saw Americans acting the way that humans should be acting towards other people, and I see that happening here. It's depressing that I've got to go home to a society that is not what it should be, and that's just kind of sad. But enough about that. I'm having a great time, except that I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you guys later. I'm trying to get to Skytree before sunset. I would really like to film the sunset. I think that would make an awesome video, especially for when I go to do the big video at the end of my trip. And it's really going to set off my trip here. So, and on that note, I'm out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, watching the trip. I know you guys won't have enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed it actually being here, but I will see you guys later. Probably tomorrow I'll post again. See ya. Bye.